Welcome back to Tide Town Reviews. This video, obviously, going to be ranking the villains of Stranger Things. There's two other videos coming out. Hopefully, they're all out on the same day. If they're not, I apologize if you're watching this after I've posted all of them. I hope you're enjoying them. Real fast, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I think I forgot to mention that in my video ranking the seasons, but please subscribe, please like the video, and comment who your favorite villain was on the show. Did I leave somebody out that you think I should have mentioned? Should I have not put Steve on here? I know. Anyways, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Go back to the ranking of the seasons. Put your favorite season. Some people are probably going to do it anyway, even though I didn't mention it. Regardless, thank you for joining me. Let's get to it. Now, I am doing a character ranking video. Some of these will not be on there. Obviously, none of the monsters are going to be on there. And I didn't include Lonnie in the character ranking, Klein in the character ranking. I didn't include Angela in the character ranking. I accidentally included Dr. K, but I also didn't include Sullivan or Grigori. The reasons for that are these are characters who are just put in the show to be that, or just to be in the show to be villains. So I didn't include them in character ranking. I didn't include Troy in the character ranking because you don't see him after season 1. If he's in the show somewhere and they reference him somewhere, I didn't see it, but I only saw him in season 1. Everyone else is only in one season. Dr. K I did include in the character because it's Linda Hamilton. Whatever, it's my channel. Okay, let's get down to it. I did not name the tiers for this. My video got messed up. I had to restart, and I forgot to change my tiers. So we're gonna be back in a moment. And we're back. So my tiers are the top tier, Hawkins Madness. Just thought that'd be a fun little top tier name. Second one, Trauma Enforcer. You know, they cause trauma, but they're just not the best. You know, the best villains. Mundane Menace. This is my mech category. Demo Dog Water. You know, like dog water, like the worst of the worst, gross, nasty, whatever. Shouldn't be a part of it. Up first, we have Dr. Brenner. Brenner is going in Hawkins Madness. Reason he's up here and not just Trauma Enforcer is because he is just awful. He's awful. He puts kids in danger, doesn't care, and is just using children to further his career and in awful ways. Number 2, or up next, is Angela. Angela goes in Trauma Enforcer. What a good bully. Obviously, no bullies are good, but I'm talking about when you are talking about portraying a bully, what a good bully. That actress, I know she's gotten a lot of hate and a lot of stuff that she doesn't deserve. I hope things are getting better for her and people are growing up a little bit. What a good bully. Okay, up next is Troy Mundane. Again, he was in one season, and as psychotic as he was, I don't know. I don't think he does to the boys quite what she does to, fix that, quite what she does to 11, and maybe even Will, but I for sure bullied 11. But Mundane Menace, he was just that. He was a menace. Klein, Trauma Enforcer. Klein was just a wiener. Yes, that is true. He was just a wiener. But Klein is here instead of here because he was letting Russians come in and do dangerous experiments under the mall. A lot of people died because of him. Not everybody stayed dead, but some people died because of him. Trauma Enforcer. Lonnie, Demo Dog Water. Nobody likes an abusive parent. He just disappeared. I know there was a plan for him. They kind of let Steve take over the original plan for Lonnie, which I'm glad because Joe Keery's fantastic. Not that this actor's not good. I've only ever seen him in this. I don't know. Demo Dog Water. He's a dog water person. Again, character, not actor. Colonel Sullivan. Same. He's not up here because he's just trying to do his job. He is a very good, I won't say non threatening villain, but he is a very good villain who I think does the job. And again, the character is just doing his job. He's trying to find what he believes is the problem causing all the deaths in Hawkins. And he's not 100% wrong. We a little bit too much on how he's going about finding 11 and all these different things. But man, is he just not open to hearing people out, finding out what's going on. He's not actually interested in finding out what's going on. That's kind of what I meant to say. But he goes here, Trauma Enforcer. The spider monster from season 5. What everyone was hoping was going to be, or at least most people were hoping, was going to end up being the big dragon. I wish Thessal Hydra. I don't think that's the right name. But everyone thought it was going to be the big dragon. Turns out it is just the spider. So the dragon itself ended up meaning nothing. Yikes. Demo Dogwater. This goes in Demo Dogwater because it does nothing. Again, part of that is the writing's problem, but it's still the character that was doing things right in the season. It ends up being just a big spider. Whatever. The Demo Bats. Trauma Enforcer. They kill Eddie. They kind of almost kill Steve at one point. They end up not being a super big force. I know they kill Eddie, but beyond that, they get a group of them get overtaken pretty easy by Nancy, Steve, and Eddie. And whenever they first go into the Upside Down, and Robin was there too. But I don't know. I just didn't feel right putting him up there. Jason, Mundane Menace, just a psychotic, whiny baby who didn't get his way, you know. And what I mean by that is he's throwing a hellacious fit because his girlfriend gets killed, and he's not going to get his way of having the life with her that he thought he was going to have. He wasn't going to have it anyway. Everyone saw that chemistry she had with Eddie, but he wasn't going to have it anyway. High school relationships very rarely work out, especially athletes. Anyways, he was a big problem, a ticking time bomb, if you will, waiting to go off. He just kind of was pushed there by the trauma of Chrissy's death. Yeah, he goes there because he's pretty meh, Yeah, pretty meh. Dr. K, Dogwater. Her character is almost not needed. Linda Hamilton portraying her is the only thing good about the character. She does nothing of note. Not really. Yes, there was the creation of that weapon that stopped Eleven and Kali from using their powers or being able to use their powers and even crippled them almost, at least while they were turned on. That's neat, but that could have been something Brenner was working on before everything went to pot. We don't know because it's not explained. Her character virtually does absolutely nothing. So she goes down here. Flayed Billy up here. Oop, screen messed up. Okay. Flayed Billy goes to Hawkins Madness. Flayed Billy is fantastic. Billy in general. Yes. Did he have racist tendencies? Sure. Was he a bully? Sure. But he had a redeeming possibility that we were robbed of. Ultimately, ends up getting flayed and gets killed after protecting 11. Flayed Billy goes up here. The Demogorgon, Hawkins Madness. Season 1 Demogorgon and Season 4 the full-grown Demogorgon at the prison. Fantastic. Season 5's Demogorgons were cool too until the Duffers forgot about them. But such a fun creature. Dangerous, fun creature. Always a win. Steve, Mundane Menace. Now, I'm going to try to use the right term. Face turn. Zachary, I think you're the one that corrected me when I said heel turn on accident for my own misinformation that I was given about the terms. But does a face turn, becomes a good guy, becomes the favorite character of like a lot of the fandom, myself included. I really like Steve, not just because we have the same name. Joe Keery's fantastic. The character's good, especially after his face turn and he starts taking care of the kids. He's a very good character. But Mundane Menace, when he was a villain, he painted him and Tommy H or whatever his name was, who I didn't include in this because he just would have went in dog water. But anyways, they paint the stuff about Nancy. They bully Jonathan. Yes, Jonathan deserves a little bit of it because of the taking pictures of Nancy and them at their party, blah, 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 blah. But beyond that, he clearly was a creep and a bully before the events of season 1 take place. So that's why he's included. But Mundane Menace, because he's just a high school jock bully who doesn't really do anything of serious note until he does the face turn. All right. Grigori Dogwater. He was so unneeded, it is almost laughable. There was no reason for him. That could have been any of the other soldiers trying to get them in season 3. The most unneeded, unnecessary, just about as unnecessary as Dr. K. Sorry. Demo Dog, Trauma Enforcer. The Demo Dog was interesting and it was fun. Obviously, a creature formed from being planted into Will. Another idea that I think they just kind of let go of, because why didn't that happen to the kids in season 5? But regardless, Demo Dog goes here. That would be very scary to have after you. Just not as good as this or these two. Vecna, obviously, Hawkins madness. He's the reason for the Hawkins madness right next to Dr. Brenner. All the backstory of him getting the powers when he was young, moving into Hawkins, causing the Hawkins madness. Plus, he's a fun character. Completely wasted in season 5, but a fun character nonetheless and a fun villain. The Mind Flayer. Again, goes up here. He is the reason for the season. No, he's the reason for the madness. So Hawkins, madness. I wish we had more of the Mind Flayer, actually of the Mind Flayer. I don't know what I wish we had more of, but I wish we had more of it. You know, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but there we are. And the Meat Flayer, Trauma Enforcer. Very scary in theory, but ultimately, I feel like it was defeated kind of easily. Very much like this, and even him in season 5. Defeated kind of easily, so it doesn't get to go up here. All right. That's my ranking of the villains of Stranger Things. Again, I know I left some out here and there. You got Tommy H. You've got, I think her name's Carol, his girlfriend. Whatever. They would have went in dog water because they don't do nothing besides paint the sign. Thank you all for watching. Put in the comments your favorite villain and what do you wish happened in season 5. Goodbye.